Hey guys, it's time to go over my 31 week update. One thing that's been kind of noticeable for a couple of weeks now, and it's maybe a little worse this week, is my stomach is just still upset and it's just reacting funny. I keep experiencing diarrhea and constipation, and I did recently start taking a supplement to boost my iron to help my anemia, so that very well could be part of it. My stretch marks this week are getting worse. They've been really tender and sensitive. So to help with that, I went ahead and got some vitamin E oil. People have told me that that's really great. I've also heard good things about bio oil, and I found a similar product made by Burt's Bees, and I'm trying that as well as a Burt's Bees belly butter. And so far, it seems to be helping a little bit. It's not quite as sensitive and tender and itchy as it used to be. I am still having to moisturize about 5 times a day to keep it comfortable, but overall it does seem to be a lot better than when I was just using a moisturizing cream. A little more noticeable this week is my feet get very sore by the end of the day. And if I'm on my feet for longer than probably 10 minutes, they start to hurt and just ache and not feel very good. And also I've recognized that they're starting to swell a little bit. Now the swelling isn't super noticeable visually, but I can feel it inside my foot. It's just, you know, that feeling of pressure on your veins and all of that. That's kind of how it feels in my feet if I've been on them for too long or by the end of the day. Along similar lines, my pelvis and my back have also been sore, and it gets a lot worse if I'm on my feet a lot. I am still going to the chiropractor, but I have a few weeks until I go see her again, just because she wants to span it out, because long story short, my body's going through this transition stage right now at this point in the pregnancy, and she wants to just hold off until that's done. I have noticed the adjustments don't really help that pelvis pain very much. For one thing, my pelvis and hips do turn, because I have one leg that's shorter than the other, so that makes it a little bit worse. But I think it's just the added strain of the weight of the baby and the pregnancy that's just making it how it is. And again, the relaxin and the loosening of my ligaments just makes it a little bit worse. I still have these sore ribs like I've been having for the past couple of weeks. There's really not much I can do about that. It's just from constant pressure of having a uterus against it, and then of course I am still experiencing contractions, and so the contracting uterus on my ribs, they feel bruised. A big thing going on this week is my appetite has gone way up. And looking back, it's not so much that I'm eating a whole lot, it's just that I'm going from I'll be totally fine to all of a sudden I need to eat right now. Whereas before, just a couple weeks ago, I could take my time to find food. One thing that probably plays a role in that, and I just found this out yesterday, my glucose results were within the normal range, but they were on the lower end, so they were closer to the hypoglycemic end. And so I do need to be cautious of going too long without eating so I don't get a blood sugar drop. To kind of prove that my appetite has gone up and I am eating more than I used to, I had a 5-pound weight gain in these past 2 weeks. I'm at the point right now where I'm going to see my midwife every 2 weeks, and yeah, I had a 5-pound weight gain, which is kind of a lot. That is a lot. But I figure, you know, I'm eating as I feel hungry. I'm not eating a whole lot of extra junk. And so it's just the weight that my body needs to maintain this baby, plus he's growing as well. So I'm really not worried about the weight gain at all. I'm taking a lot of supplements to help with this pregnancy. I take my normal prenatal, and I've already mentioned that I take calcium and magnesium on top of drinking electrolytes every single day to help prevent contractions. I also recently started taking Hemoplex to boost my iron to help with my anemia, and I'm taking a probiotic. Now, I was taking a probiotic at the beginning of the pregnancy, and I meant to continue. I just ran out and I never got more. I finally got some more probiotics, and I'm taking those again daily, and that just helps boost everything. It helps keep the pH levels correct, and I've heard it can help potentially lead to a negative Group B strep test result, which would be nice. That is one thing I'm not looking forward to if I am GBS positive. I don't really want to have an IV during labor. I don't like needles, and I feel like that would just be very restricting for me. And so I'm hoping that to avoid that, and I'm hoping these probiotics help me do that. So my pregnancy brain has totally kicked in as if it hadn't already. But something that's funny that's been happening these past few weeks is I keep thinking I'm a week further than I am. So this week I'm 31 weeks, and I keep thinking I'm 32 weeks, and I'm not at all. And I've been doing this for the past couple of weeks. I don't know why, it makes no sense, and if any of you guys have experienced that, please let me know so I don't feel so crazy. Now, speaking of the birth, I'm doing everything I can to prepare for this labor and delivery. And I feel like every birth can come with anxieties, but especially because it's my first and I really have no idea what to expect. I mean, I know what to expect, but I don't know how I will handle it. And so I've had a lot of anxieties and fears that I've had to face this week. Looking back, I've been kind of feeling these fears for a couple of weeks now, but I'm very good at pushing fears and anxieties to the back of my mind and pretending like they're not there. And basically convincing myself that they're not there until something happens and I have to face them. And this week I've been working on facing them so that they aren't just sitting back there and getting worse and worse. I've been really working on recognizing my fears and validating them, and then turning them into a positive, peaceful thought. And so one thing I do is when I recognize that I'm scared of something, I will validate it. I'll tell myself that's very reasonable to be afraid of that. It's totally understandable that I'm afraid of that. And then I change it into something positive, and I say, that can happen, but everything will go well. Your baby will be healthy, you will be strong. Just trying to keep it a positive thought so that I go into everything with just positivity and no fear, because fear makes you tense up, which doesn't help labor. I had my midwife appointment. It was super quick. Really, nothing much has changed. My weight gain, I was up to 149. So pre-pregnancy I was 137, so I've gained 12 pounds now. And yeah, it was good. There's not a whole lot going on right now, thank goodness. So I filmed my belly shot this morning, and I will include that at the end of this video. So I'll see y'all next week.